You're listening to Nice-ish, a podcast about reality TV and your opinions with your hosts, Cindy and Grace. Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 10 of Nice-ish, a milestone.
Yay!
Double digits.
I wasn't sure if we would make it to 10.
It's been fun, but it's been, what's the right word? Hard.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's a lot more involved than I planned.
I think that when you think of the word podcast, you just think, oh, I can just set up, do it wherever, and it'll be fine. But there's a lot more that goes into it.
Oh, a lot. Yes. Thank God for you. Because you figured it out.
Thank God for me.
Well, you figured it all out. Mm-hmm. I'm just the hired help.
Yep.
I'm the pretty face.
Well, nobody can see your face, so
damn it.
Doesn't really work.
So before we get into talking about all the things going on in Bravo world, you and I have been cleaning out the spare bedroom. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a catch-all room.
Yeah, when you don't know where to put something that you just bought, you throw it in there.
And you actually use the closet in there for your clothes. Your closet's pretty small in your room, so you use both. And
I don't have a Heather Dubrow closet.
You do not?
Like that. No.
I do.
I don't know how that happened.
But, so we were cleaning out, and it was kind of a blast from the past.
Yeah.
I was stunned at all the stuff that's in there.
I know. It reminds me of that picture. I've seen it before. It's either on Facebook or Instagram, where this one girl, it's like going through my stuff in my room, and you see her just sitting on the bed with like this old like Nintendo DS, and that she's wearing all this old stuff like that you just found in your room. That was very much what I felt like this was. You
and your friends were clearly scrapbooking people.
Yeah.
Because the amount of albums you had in there of photos and scrapbooked photos and all that stuff. And we found so many birthday party albums.
Yep.
You had the coolest parties. I'm sorry, I was the shit. Because I gave you the best birthday parties.
I remember a lot of them too. They were really fun. I think that we were known as the party people, like the ones that you want to
get an invite to.
Yes. Because we did. We had really cool ones, like that one Hollywood one that we did, that Hollywood themed party, and we had everybody have a date. So a date on a stick. Back when those like teeny bop magazines were around. I don't know if they still are or not.
I don't know.
But we would cut out the posters in there, like people's pictures. And
we did the heads.
Yes.
We cut out it was kind of Zac Efron everything for you.
Yes.
So we used him. I remember your best friend had a crush on Jesse McCartney. Mm-hmm. So we picked kind of all of the cute guys around that time.
Yeah.
Cut out their heads, kind of laminated them and put them on sticks so everybody would have a boyfriend.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then I saw a picture in one of your albums where we had this big poster of Zac Efron on the wall, and instead of pin the tail on the donkey, it was putting lipstick on, this red lipstick you all did, and you had to kiss Zac Efron blindfolded, and whoever got closest to his mouth got a prize.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
That was a great game. That was so fun. Well, yeah, I couldn't have a Zac Efron themed birthday party, so Hollywood was as close as we could get to that without it being just Zac Efron.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
And then we found the cardboard cutout of him that you still have in your closet, too. So, did you take a picture of yourself by that yet?
I took a picture of it. I didn't take a picture of myself with it, but I can.
Oh, God.
You know what? I am a bridesmaid in a wedding coming up here soon. I should bring him as my date.
Oh, my God. Please don't. As funny as it would be.
I'll get him a suit.
Oh, my God. Grace.
We've been friends for a long time, too, so I'll be like, Emily, you know that you've known him for a really long time. Can
I bring a plus one? I've known him since elementary school.
So have you. You've known him, too. He's been in your life for a very long time.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
Yeah. But we found that and all the old posters and stuff like that. All the
All your Disney stuff. Oh,
Yep.
you got tons. You had like a cute little Alice in Wonderland tea set.
Yeah, I refuse to give that away.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I'm like, can we donate this? And you about had a heart attack.
It's so cute, and I like it so much.
I don't think it's ever been out of the box, though.
Yes, it has. I used it all the time. That's why. And I kept the box so I could put it all away.
You had 2 Zac Efron hairspray Barbie dolls.
Also keep.
Right. We've wrapped those up. What else was there was so much stuff in there. Lots of Legos. Mm-hmm. Like princess Legos and Scooby-Doo, and it was fun.
Yeah.
We got rid of a lot more than I was expecting, though.
I know, even though it doesn't sound like it. But.
You're a saver and a hoarder. No offense.
That's so fair. That's okay.
None taken.
It's okay. I am what I am.
So we actually went to Salvation Army today and dropped off 4 bags of clothes of yours and a couple toys and stuff that you were fine getting rid of, but usually you won't.
No.
How many Webkinz do you have?
Oh, do we want to
Over
go down
300,
that road?
I think.
Yeah.
Yes, and I have been trying to talk you into donating just the plush. No. Downstairs in the basement, we have one of the largest tubs I've ever seen filled with over 300 Webkinz.
I would have them all out if I could, but I can't because there's not enough room. I need my own place.
Feel free. But you want, I'm like doing everything to talk you into donating those.
No. We worked hard to get all those.
We did. We had the best time searching for those.
That was fun.
Webkinz was
and
so
you
fun.
want to throw it all away.
Well, we have memories
that are attached to the plush.
We stopped when they started releasing like 6 a month.
I know.
And then we couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Then I got bitter. The website's super fun. I was on it recently.
All the games are fun. Yeah. I like them too. I'm good at that polar plunge one. The one where you got to jump over like the little ice and you're the little polar bear. I'm really good at that one.
There's a mall one I like. Mm-hmm. And of course, Artie Facts.
Yeah.
Curio Shop.
Yep.
Yeah. Webkinz
it was a good time.
Fun.
Yes.
Well, that whole room in there, that whole closet is literally all that stuff.
Well, yeah, why we cleaned it too is because I am a collector of American Girl dolls. If I wasn't can you notice a pattern here? I collect a lot of things here.
Yeah, we've never been one to get one of something. We kind of find a hobby and then smother it.
Collect them all is the worst thing that you can tell.
Oh, they have it in this color? Let's get every color.
Right.
That's kind of what we do. So, yes, you have been collecting American Girl dolls since you were really young.
Yeah.
Really young.
And they're all still in perfect condition, might I add.
In the boxes.
Yes. But
How many do you have?
Like 40.
Yeah.
I almost have all of, like, the Girl of the Years. I think I'm only missing, like, 4 of those. I'm not missing that many historicals either. I don't have any of the newer ones. But, yeah, no. They all needed a place to go, though. And I refuse to put them in a basement or an attic or anywhere. They got to be in
They would hate it.
They wouldn't like it up there. It'd be dark.
You get the Girl of the Year every year from your grandmother.
Yes.
That's kind of the gift that she gets you. She gets you other things, but that's the one thing she knows, like, I'm going to get this for Grace.
Yeah. Every year.
Every year.
Sometimes she'll ask me, like, are you sure you want that? Yes, I want that. That is the one thing I'm relying on.
She got you some really cool outfit for the one last year.
Well, they're starting to make really cool stuff now, American Girl. They're starting to make, like, they did a collaboration with Wicked. And so they have, like, Elphaba and Glinda's dresses. That's super cool. I got the Elphaba one. And then now they're starting to do Disney dolls. I'm like, where was all of this 10 years ago? I'm still going to buy it.
Right.
But, I mean, I just wish,
it doesn't really matter.
I just wish I had it 10 years ago. But no, they're starting to do cool stuff, though. Even the NFL. They're starting to do those, too.
What?
Yeah. They have, like, outfit, like, T-shirts and sweatpants for...
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And Harry Potter. Bunch of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
As if it wasn't expensive enough.
I know. Yeah.
Do you have, out of your 40 dolls, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I would say Kit's my favorite. She was the first one. And I loved her so much, though. I wanted to make sure she had blonde hair just like I did. And I wanted her to have short hair because then I loved her short hair so much that I got my hair cut to look like hers.
A cute little bob.
Yeah, I know. I loved her. She was so cute. I mean, she grew up in like the 1930s. It was like all about the Great Depression, so it was kind of sad. But, you know. But no, I loved her though. And then her snobby best friend, Ruthie, who had a bunch of money, and she didn't have any, but I liked her too. That was when the movie came out too. I remember going to the movie theater when the Kit movie came out, and I had like a matching t-shirt with her, and it was so cute. Anyway, let's move into our Bravo stuff probably. I could talk about American Girl and Webkinz all day, but...
Yeah, well, we're still not done with that room.
No,
we took a break today to record and stuff. Got a little bit left to do, but you have a lot of stuff.
Yep.
So, all right, let's move on. So let's talk about a subject that we dislike.
Ugh.
Tom Sandoval.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Earlier this week, Tom Sandoval filed a lawsuit against Ariana for accessing explicit videos of Rachel on his cell phone without his authorization.
Unbelievable.
I know. So, and according to the court documents, Sandoval was claiming that Ariana obtained access to his phone and reviewed the videos of Sandoval and Rachel without his authorization or his permission.
I don't get how that makes sense because I would assume the fact that you're boyfriend and girlfriend or partners for 10 years, that you would have access to each other's, you know, phone codes and everything like that. So how could she have gotten in if she didn't know your code or anything?
Exactly. She didn't crack the code.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, she would have had it. So that's just dumb. The interesting thing about this was that his attorney is Matthew Gregaros, who is the brother of Rachel's attorney, Mark Gregaros.
The plot thickens.
Right?
Do you think that they're in contact then? Rachel and Tom?
I mean... Rachel and Tom. I thought you meant the brothers.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I just think, how could two brothers who are both attorneys not speak about stuff? You're not supposed to. And one is suing the other.
Isn't that a huge conflict of interest, though? Like, as a lawyer, too, I'm just saying, like, the fact that you would have to defend yourself against your brother, like, you're literally countersuing each other. How does that work?
It seems like a giant money grab to me.
Yeah.
We can string this out as long as we want. And, you know.
Yeah. Is Bethany paying for it?
God, right. I know. She's the one who introduced Mark Gregaros to the Bravo world. So, anyway, that was, 48 hours ago? So after the lawsuit thing happened, people were pissed. Like, it came quick, hard, swift. It just pummeled him with messages of hate. Because people were just, are you joking? You're suing Ariana now.
I know.
It was crazy. And just as quickly as that happened, Sandoval released a statement and said, late Tuesday afternoon, my attorney, Matt Gregaros, whose advice I trusted, called me about the cross-complaint in the lawsuit against myself and Ariana. He assured me that the action was customary and strictly preventative in these types of lawsuits and urged me to agree to it. The words new lawsuit or suing were not articulated to me. I should have done more of my due diligence on this matter. Upon realizing what this action actually means, I've removed Matt Gregaros from my legal team. In no way am I suing Ariana. The action against Ariana brought on my behalf is being removed. I hold no ill will or vindictiveness towards Ariana. Now, by removing both the cross-complaint and the attorney who recommended it, I hope to get through this case quickly so that Ariana and I can both finally move on with our lives. Boom.
Yeah. Moving on. Oh my gosh. Though.
She has moved on.
Yes, she's so far past you, man. Moved on. She's moved, she's moved
to another planet.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I don't know. She's moved to another island. Love Island.
Aww. Yeah.
But it's because she's got money now. It's kind of so painfully obvious.
Yeah.
That it's just like you want to just take all of her success. Like, because I think he thinks he's part of it, to be honest with you.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think that he is angry that he's getting blamed for everything and she's not. Mm-hmm. I think he feels entitled and owed something.
Yes.
And because she's making all this money and he's probably struggling to pay for his shitty band and, well, I don't know if the band is shitty. He's shitty.
Yeah.
I shouldn't disparage the band. They're probably all great people. He's probably has to pay for that. He has to pay for his half of the mortgage. All this stuff's going on. And I, without a doubt, think Greg, who's part owner of Schwartz and Sandy's, it's hard to get out, is pissed. He probably wants nothing to do with Sandoval at this point.
I'm wondering if they would consider changing the name of the restaurant. So that way people who don't know them or who just live in LA would still feel, obligated to go there. Because having your names plastered on there is probably not the greatest thing.
And Sandoval seems to fuck up every few months here.
Oh my God.
So
move on though. You can't move on. What are you doing? I don't understand.
Why can't you just accept responsibility?
Yeah, just take the L, man. It's okay. You lost this one.
Yeah.
Just
own
let it go.
Yeah. And people could respect that.
I know.
Not him.
Yeah.
But respect the decision.
There you go. Yeah.
To at least be like, you know what? I'm not dragging this out. I own it. It happened. I'm sorry it happened. I will take the L and I will shut up.
It's all anybody wants.
It's all we want. So in response to Sandoval's Instagram post, we got a reply from @AlwaysAmandaAF who said, right. He accidentally sued her before both him and his girlfriend just so happened to simultaneously delete their Instagram pages. It's giving Worm fuck around and find out vibes. What do you think?
Yeah. Yes, Amanda. I agree with you. He knew that this was going to get blowback, and he didn't want anybody that he, I guess I could use the word cared. I don't know if he cares about anybody himself, right. But I'll use the word cared about his girlfriend and all that. So he wanted to have those Instagram pages down. He left Greg out to dry, though. He didn't care.
Poor Greg. Because it wasn't just Victoria, his girlfriend's page, and his page. It was also his band's page.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All three of them were gone.
Yeah.
But yes, poor Greg, who runs the Schwartz and Sandy's Instagram page, got flooded because there was nowhere to go.
He probably doesn't have access to that account. He probably couldn't shut it down. Greg's probably like, I can't, I'm going to manage it myself.
He was furious. He commented on it and was with an angry face and was just like,
yep.
I'm mad. We also have another tweet from @AshleyStew who says, he's such a little bee. He hates that once again, people hate him, so now he does this to get in everyone's good graces again. I won't believe this statement until he actually proves he's dismissed the lawsuit.
I know.
That's fair.
Yeah, I would agree. He's a known liar. So yeah, until we see proof that you have gotten rid of it completely, then I still think that
it's still there.
Yes, it's still there. So I don't know. I know that Sheena commented on it though, right? She made a video.
She's in London, but made a video post and said that she thought back to the finale episode where she said, I'm trusting you. Don't make me look like an idiot. And she said, you made me look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are like, you know, you kind of do that on your own. I mean, what do you need? You have Ariana's friendship and you have his friendship, and you think he's more trustworthy?
I know. Come on.
Because he, like, got you some roadie to help you with your music? Like, what?
I know.
That was weird. I mean, Ariana had Katie on Love Island in their after show or something. Mm-hmm. Like, she's a girl's girl.
Yeah.
She's going to bring you along for the ride with her. And she would have done that for Sheena.
Yes. She probably actually would have felt closer to Sheena than Katie at some point.
I know.
Here, you know? So she would have been like, of course I'm bringing Sheena.
And you could have been there with her and celebrated all these successes. And she would have tried to help you with it as well and got you on and got you endorsements. But you fucked her over.
I know. She could have gotten you on Dancing with the Stars, man.
I know.
Not anymore.
Nope.
Nope, not happening.
Done.
Have we heard from Lala at all? Or is she silent now?
No,
she talks about everything, but,
right.
you know, she's...
I have not seen anything from her at all.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. Zip it.
Right. Well, at least, I'll be honest with you, at least Sheena had enough, I don't know, nerve, in my opinion, to make a video and say she looked like an idiot. I don't think you'll ever get Lala doing that.
No. A good point. Look, if we want her to support Ariana and she's doing it, can we complain about it?
Right.
Yes. We can. But should we? No. Can we? Yes. Will we? Absolutely. So, I have 2 more tweets about this particular subject. At JerseyGirl1196 said, I think he couldn't handle the backlash. Or that he once again has to do damage control so his bar stays open. And Schwartz deleted his birthday wishes on his Instagram account. I saw that. That was interesting. I had posted a video from a popular account on Instagram who showed Schwartz's account with his birthday message to Sandoval, and then it was deleted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. I just think Schwartz is so weak.
Oh, I know. Like, you know what? Just be his friend. Don't pretend to us that we don't know that you're friends. You know? Like, just be there for him at this point. You know? Like, leave it up there. You're not fooling anybody.
It's what you want.
Yeah.
You want to stay friends with him? Then fine.
Yeah.
Just support him, like you said.
Right.
But we don't need this faux outrage from him. Like, he can't believe he did it and all this kind of stuff. Like, it just rings so phony.
Yes, exactly.
And then at New West Sandy said, blames his legal team, not only an asshole, but a coward as well. So what do you think? Do you think he knew what was going down and then when he got the backlash, blamed his legal team as a scapegoat?
Well,
he's got a habit of doing that.
Well, yeah, here's the problem. I believe that he is stupid enough to not know what was going on. So that also rings true to me that he wouldn't know.
Yeah. Because I saw tweets both ways.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who thought that.
Yeah.
That he didn't probably understand or know.
I mean, you would take the advice of your legal team, and if the person whose brother happens to be representing Rachel, who is suing Ariana, says, hey, we want to do a counter, cross complaint here. We want to do this. Are you okay with it? Yeah, okay. I guess I'm okay with it. Sure. If it wasn't mentioned that they were going to have a new lawsuit or suing, then I wouldn't know. That's the problem. I'm an idiot in this type of stuff. I would have no idea. If you told me, I would just believe you.
Right. And I would believe you had my best interest. But even if it was his best interest legally, it's literally like career suicide.
Right.
Like, how on earth can you film a show when one of them is suing the other?
Can we finally cut him loose?
Can we, please?
Pretty please.
I mean, there's so many issues with them protecting him. them meaning this network.
Yeah.
It just seems like this guy is getting break after break, and it's exhausting as a woman.
Right. Well, where are all... I don't know what this would mean, though. Like, where are all the men, though? We were left at, like, with 3 men now. Or 4, I guess, because Brock's not really a cast member.
They need to do the spinoff. We need Brock the Builder as a spinoff, and we need just a girls' show for once.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You mean Housewives? Because we got 5 million of those.
I don't mean Housewives, although I can see the similarity.
Yeah, a group of all women, you know, that are together. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think this through. I don't know. For some reason, when I think Ariana and Katie, I think, like, young women.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
So now you're calling them old.
Housewives?
Yeah.
They are, but I like older housewives.
I do too, though. Yes, I would.
But I don't know. Just something with girl power and inspiring and this kind of stuff. It's just, I'm just tired of the excuses for all the shit men on them.
I know. Well, maybe, like, let's, instead of following Sir, let's do, you know, about their sandwich shop or something like that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Speaking of the sandwich shop, let's segue into that topic. Because Ariana got sued again this week, and it was from a woman by the name of Chef Penny.
Ugh.
And she was brought into our Bravo sphere through LVP. Boo! Tomato, 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 boo! And she's an executive chef and was on some show on the Food Network. I don't know what show. I just know that she's on there. And her reputation wasn't the greatest. Okay.
Okay.
And to briefly explain things, Chef Penny filed documents against Ariana and Katie saying that they failed to uphold their end of an agreement, not a contract.
Okay. Not
a signed contract, but an agreement making her COO and director of culinary. This is her point of view.
Okay.
And she says that she designed the original sandwiches in the shop that they're not using. And that she was promised 10% of a partnership with them if she helped develop and operate something about her. And she says because of this promise that was verbal, that she performed substantial work to bring something about her to life, and she actually included filing trademarks for the company. Penny has alleged that Ariana and Katie have since denied the existence of this partnership, and Ariana and Katie are basically like, yeah, no, we don't want to work with her. We never signed anything. We don't have a contract. We paid her for her time. There's no contract. We just wanted to go a different direction.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is fine. I cannot tell you probably how many businesses go through something similar like this, where you look around for people of who you want to work with. Some people work out and some people don't. I think it's crazy to think that she was going to get 10% of the partnership. The partnership was Katie and Ariana.
Literally owning the business. She thought she was going to get 10% ownership.
Right, and I don't think that... I don't know. To me, that just doesn't seem like something that would be offered.
And it would be kind of silly on their part.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they said it was 10% of sales, not of partnership.
Right. Which 10% of sales is still
pretty good. Know. That opening weekend?
Yeah.
Those lines were down blocks and blocks.
Uh-huh.
I mean, people waited something like 4 hours and then never actually got in that opening weekend. So I think giving someone else part ownership of it would have been silly. I have a tweet from @V_VERITE who says, nothing transpired on scene to imply that there was a contractual agreement between Penny and Ariana and Katie. All that Penny has alleged is that there was an understanding via email. Email is not a contract. Penny was essentially hired to provide some direction in starting up something about her. She created menus and interviewed new hires, and she was offered a percentage for her work. The problem is that she wanted a partnership. Katie and Ariana said 10% of sales was what they were agreeing to, not for a partnership. They weren't interested in a partnership with her. And prior to proceeding with Penny in a capacity as manager, that they wanted an attorney to take a look. And Penny wanted to circumvent that. So that's where we are. They talked about working together. They talked about some numbers. They emailed back and forth. And then Katie and Ariana wanted their attorney to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go well. The attorney advised them not to. And frankly, there might have been a bit of a clash with personalities too.
Yeah.
Because I'm not hearing the best things about Chef Penny.
No.
So
thanks, LVP.
I know, right? Sue LVP for bringing her around.
Yeah, where'd you find her?
So that's where we are. Nothing was signed. They don't have to work with you.
No.
And we have another tweet from Lorna8260 who says, there was no contract. The 10% was for sales. No need to go back and forth. It was never stated there was a contract. LVP asked the question, and they both said no. What else is there?
I know.
They've struggled to get this place finally going. And when they do, she just wants more money.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's shitty that she did that. I think she clearly went behind their back. There is no way that Katie and Ariana would have been like, hey, can you file the trademarks for us? Can you do that?
Can you own that for us?
Right. No. They want to own it.
Exactly.
Or the company. They want to have the company own it.
Right.
There is absolutely no way that they were going to have her do that. And she did that clearly out of spite.
Ugh. Well, her husband's an attorney, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then we have a tweet from @Pippa's Mumsy who said, Penny and her LLC doesn't own the something about her trademarks. The trademark office granted an extension for opposition. It appears Ariana and Katie are rightfully challenging her filing. Penny listed her role on the application as manager. So speaking of trademarks, Ariana and Katie found out about it and they're filing an opposition. They did not want you to do this.
Yeah, get it back. Claim what's rightfully yours.
Right. It's all theirs. They filed a trademark to be able to make merch too.
Oh, mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's their stuff. You know?
I know, like, if it didn't work out, sorry. But to be this petty about it, oh my gosh. Go that length.
Oh, I know. There are literally people out there who that's what they do. They go and file trademarks on stuff that they think other people are going to want.
Oh.
So that they can sell them. Don't get any ideas,
Oh,
Grace.
sorry.
You sounded interested.
No, I just like, oh, okay.
And then you have to buy it from them because they own it.
Yeah.
It's shady and it's snake-like.
Okay.
The answer is no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, okay.
Does Jax have a trademark on Jax's place?
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
Jax's patio. We got to trademark it now.
So what's also interesting is Pippa's Mumsy also sent me a tweet that says, having her husband file a trademark as the sole owner under her LLC and not the something about her LLC speaks volumes. So when she filed for the trademark, she didn't even put it under the company. She put it under her own.
Right. So that tells you everything.
It literally does.
That you're a shitbag.
Yes.
For doing that. And you knew what you were doing and you wanted some leverage because you either knew that you were going to get axed soon because things weren't working and you wanted to, claim it before so that way you could hold it over their heads to do that.
Yeah, it was really shitty. She literally wanted to have something so that she wasn't squeezed out.
Yeah. to make it able that they could not just axe her out, literally.
Yes.
So that way there would have to be some sort of negotiation. You're like, well, guess what? I own this trademark now. And I didn't do it under the something about her. I did it under mine. So I own it. So if you want it, then we're going to have to figure something out here.
If you're not going to pay me what I think I deserve, then you're going to have to pay for this trademark because I'm going to get it somehow.
You deserve a penny.
So the whole thing is kind of disappointing. Ariana is literally soaring above all these people, and it just seems like greed is knocking on her door constantly.
Oh, yeah.
And these people are all just coming for her.
I know. And I feel bad for Katie, too, because obviously Ariana has a lot going on right now. Mm-hmm. No offense to Katie that she doesn't have a lot going on right now. But, I mean, Ariana's, rolling in dough here, and I don't know how Katie is doing, and the fact that she would have to pay for all this too is annoying.
Agreed.
So sorry to both of them that they have to deal with this complete clown.
Same.
Let's get into talking about the episode of Orange County this week. It's episode 2. Mm-hmm. So I would say that the highlight of this episode was the fight with Jen and Gina.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you had actually tweeted out this Gina and Jen fight. Whoa. And you got some responses on that. And L Murray 9007 said, outrageous. She just unleashed all of her own insecurities and blamed them on Jen. Imagine talking to somebody like that. And ESTECO2 said, quoting Gina, you need to pay your bills. You need to figure out how to take care of your kids. Gina lost her GD fucking mind. Who the fuck is she to be telling anyone how to take care of themselves? So I would say that is probably the majority of where people lie, is thinking that Gina was in the wrong here. How do you feel about that and about this fight?
I think you can probably assign blame to both parties. I think Gina got way too personal.
Yeah.
I think it's completely understandable to be upset about this in a work relationship. Mm-hmm. I think that it probably did make her look bad. My problem with that is kind of like, why are you vouching for her in the first place? It's pretty much known, like, separate work from friendship,
Yeah.
Don't lend money to friends, that whole sort of thing. So for Gina to vouch for her financially and say she could pay for something that she couldn't, I think Gina made a huge mistake there. I think it's a learning lesson not to do it again. On the other hand, for Jen, why are you saying that you can pay for something that you clearly can't afford?
Right. Why are you even looking at houses in that price range?
Yes.
You would know if you can afford that or not based off of what your other house was. And we know that Gina and Travis can't afford a house together even. So the fact that there's that, then what can Jen afford? I don't know. With her little yoga shop, I don't know that she...
Little
Yeah, that
yoga
sounded
shop?
really condescending, and I didn't make for it to sound as condescending as it did. I can recognize it immediately that it sounded that way.
Because that's impressive.
Right. Yes, it actually is to start your own business. She owns it. So I get why she puts all of her money back into that.
It's just... Again, she would know what she has at the end of every month. You would know what kind of money you have left in your bank account. Mm-hmm. And if it's not going to cover what you know your rent is going to be, then this was a giant mistake from the beginning. And Gina's trusting you.
Yeah.
So I understand from a work standpoint why Gina is upset. What I didn't like and thought was almost appalling was saying things like, you need to take care of your kids and you need to pay your bills and you need to,
Right, yeah, that's exactly what ESTECO2 said. That's
Yes.
exactly what they posted the clips from that too. Yes, that's exactly it. Why did you make it that personal? Like, you didn't have to go there. If you had just literally kept it from a work perspective, like, listen, you really made me look bad. I really, went out of my way here for you to get you into a house, and I'm just starting to be like a realtor here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of, connections yet, and I'm trying to build those. And now it looks really bad that I just took your word for it. And
because now Gina looks untrustworthy.
yes, like, she doesn't do background checks, or she doesn't look at people's finances, and she just, so.
But I will say it got pretty nasty, the conversation. I like Emily, but I thought her comments about her not being able to afford her car and...
Oh, yeah, when Katie said that, she was like, I like your car. And then Emily said that. Yeah.
Well, you better get a picture now because it's not going to be there or something
Right.
like that. It's just like, come on. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of all of that. And I normally like messy.
Yeah.
And I normally like snarky. And I get that they were trying to side with Gina and act like they understood her and, didn't understand Jen and all that. But it just kind of got low.
Yeah.
I mean,
get
it has
that.
to be rough. Her kids just moved into that house 4 months prior, Jennifer's. And then 4 months later, they have to move into Ryan's. That's rough.
Yeah.
They're in high school. I mean...
And younger even, too. Like,
yeah,
the
and
oldest
younger.
one.
So who knows who says what, to them at school and stuff. It's just hard, very hard situation all around. So to make comments that she's not taking care of her kids and all of that is just low.
I would agree with that. I also kind of question Jen's judgment a little bit, because we know that why would she say that she could pay for this house if she can't? Why is she with Ryan? Oh my God, that's a big red flag in your judgment in general.
She seems to be in total denial with him, because we watched her on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy had asked about the lawsuit, the Otani gambling scandal, and she acted like he had no part of it.
Right, like, you have immunity right now. Like, you're
Right.
part of this
Oh,
case.
you're in it, man.
Yeah, you are. Right. Like, you're acting like, oh, it was his friend that it happened to.
Yeah, and we're so sorry for him, and we feel so bad for him. You snitched. That's the only reason why you're not going to jail.
I know.
Is because you got immunity because you snitched. So to act like he had no part of it, I mean, I don't know. Andy looked a bit in wonder.
Right. Like, dude, you were this close to an orange jean jacket, man. Okay? You were this close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. So I'm not quite sure if she just feels desperation at this point or what.
It seems like it. It seems like he's her only option, which is kind of sad in a way.
Because she's a beautiful woman. She's got her own business. She's got great kids. But he just seems like her place to fall. And I don't know. I just don't see that lasting. And then what happens? What happens if that doesn't last? Then you move out again with all of your kids.
I know. I mean, I think it'll probably last for as long as Jen wants it to. I don't think that Ryan would
Really?
kick them. No, I don't think so. I think that the only reason why Jen is living there is because she has to.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe eventually she'll make more on the show here too. I don't know what they start at, like what
Yeah, I
their
don't
salary is for the show, but I think once she makes more, and maybe either more people start visiting her yoga shop because of the show too, so she might start getting more classes and more people.
You know what I thought was kind of a weird comment was the one her mother made to her. I don't know if you caught it, where Jen was talking about how she had to lean on her dad for everything, and she was embarrassed and disappointed. And her mom's like, well, at least you found Ryan, or something like that. And it was kind of like, well, no, because now she's leaning on Ryan. We don't want to lean on a man or a partner for anything. We want to be self-sufficient. So I just thought it was kind of a weird comment, you know?
No, I did not catch it. Maybe because I was like, I don't know, like, why are you here? But not the parents. I mean, literally, like, Jen, why are you in this place?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I hope that for her, that she can eventually just have this be behind her quickly, you know? I'd like her to get out of there. Because she even made the comment, maybe I should have just settled in my marriage. Oh, she said that? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it was. I think she was talking to Tamra. I can't remember who she was talking to, but she's like, maybe I just shouldn't have like ruffled feathers, and maybe I shouldn't have done. And I thought, oh,
that's a sad way to feel.
It is very sad because it's a bit defeatist.
Yeah, I mean, because there's that too, and then you probably feel like, well, my ex-husband.
I'm sorry, is defeatist a word?
I don't know. I just breezed past it.
I
just didn't even.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I didn't even bat an eye. Just let me get my thought out. Let's just keep going. Crap, Mom.
Sorry.
I had such a good point lined up. It was going to be the highlight of the show, and now it's gone.
Oh, I'm sure it was the highlight. Yes.
Yeah, it was really thought-provoking, and now...
What was it about?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Do we have to go back? Do you want to stop and go back?
No.
No. I'm so sorry. I just thought, oh, that sounded kind of dumb. I don't know if that's a word, but, you know.
We would just take it out and post.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Well, we were talking about Jen and how I said defeatist, how she felt defeated. Yeah. And
oh, right. Okay, yeah, because her ex-husband worked for their family business.
Right.
So then you kind of lose that too. So then he loses his job because you're divorced now. Yeah. So you're not going to have, your ex-husband work for
No, he doesn't want to be there.
Right. So then it's just kind of like a ripple effect there,
But I don't want any woman or anyone to settle in a relationship that they're not happy in just because they can't get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
Yeah. And it's also sad that you chose Ryan, too. That was the guy.
I know. There's no one else.
Like, that's who you left your husband for. God,
there's really no one else. She is so pretty.
I know.
So put together. I think she's super sweet.
I know. She seems like a very kind, nice person.
Come on. There's got to be somebody else for her. Mm-hmm. There has to be. I feel defeated.
Well, anyway, let's move on from that fight then, and we'll go into the newbie, Katie, because we saw a little bit more of her this episode. She's a mother of 4 children. 3 of her older children, Kylie, Gavin, and Max, are from a previous marriage with her ex-husband, Andrew. Kylie is 20 and lives with her. Gavin is 17, and he also lives with her, but wanted to finish out his school year in San Diego before they moved to OC, so he's there. And then Max is 14 and lives in Atlanta with his father. So those are the older 3. Then she has a younger son, and with her current husband now, Matt.
Yes.
And their son's name is Bandon, who's named after a golf course because they're both into golf.
That's cute.
And journalism. And then he's 7.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting as she talked about her kids that her oldest daughter felt abandoned, I think she said, by her biological father. And then one of the sons, Max, actually lives with him full time. So I couldn't help think that there were some similarities there with Tamra's situation with her kids. And I don't know if they've talked about it at all, but I know that Heather and Katie don't get along, and Tamara is really in Heather's camp at this point. So I don't know how that goes. I don't know if they talk. I don't know if they're friendly. I'm not really sure, but it would seem like they kind of have a lot in common there.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that too when she was like, one of my sons is here, one lives with me, my daughter's with me. Yeah, it does feel very similar to Tamara's situation completely. I don't know if they still talk, all the siblings. I don't know if
I think she said that Kylie and Max are very close, which is interesting since they don't live with each other.
Yeah.
But that's good. I think as parents, if that's the case, you really have to kind of foster that relationship and make sure that they stay in touch, because you don't want siblings to drift apart.
No. So I liked her, though. I thought that the scene with her and her daughter and her husband was fun.
I liked her, too.
It showed their personality, I thought.
I actually went to school for sports journalism, too, so I related immediately. And then when she said she'd drive to the mailbox if she could, which is hilarious, same. So I liked her a lot. I'm disappointed that her and Heather aren't friends.
I know.
Because I like Heather and I liked Katie, but you know what? We need to normalize that we can like housewives that don't like each other.
Right. You don't have to be on one side.
You don't have to. We can like them both.
Right. What I thought was hilarious, too, actually, from Katie was when her, Jen, and Shannon were all on the beach, and Katie was kind of meeting them for the first time. I know that she technically met them, at Heather's party, but it didn't really go that well.
Right.
So she was kind of asking Jen, about Ryan and all that stuff, and what does he do? And Jen says, nothing now. He sits around and plays in the sunshine. I about died.
Their faces, Shannon and Katie's face, when she said nothing now.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
And also, what real estate was he in before? That is such a cover for money laundering there,
I mean, we know that he's shady.
Yes.
We know that he's done allegedly illegal things.
Right. And then when she said, oh yeah, he doesn't have an office or anything like that. I'm like, exactly. He's got no office. There's no paper trail anywhere. You can go anywhere.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, right?
There's no building. There's no anything.
No.
Nothing exists. It's just all, could be anywhere.
Yeah, the whole thing was just, I don't know, shaky and shady.
Well, it's like if you heard that coming out of your friend's mouth, you would be like, really?
Well, where is he getting his money?
Right. Because now he's had you all move in with him? How are you supporting that with nothing?
How is he supporting himself?
Right.
I mean, he has that much saved off of deals he's made in the past that he doesn't have to work at age, 42, 40? I don't know how old he is, but I mean, dude is set for life then, I guess. I don't know.
I know.
But his best friend, who he was doing this with, is going to prison. So what then?
Right.
Where? I don't know. Yeah. I thought none of it made sense.
No, it didn't. And I think Jen's trying to have this light air about oh my God, he doesn't do anything. I just,
He plays in the sunshine.
He doesn't have to. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, she called it a dream life.
Right. No. Something's off. And I think she knows, but
yeah, I think she knows too. That's why I think she's just kind of waiting for the other shoe to fall. Is that a saying? Shoe to fall?
Shoe to drop.
Drop. Okay. Thank you.
God, this and then the,
Sorry. I just, I'm a little worried for her, but she's got her parents, so she'll be okay.
Right. They can co-sign on everything.
I'm sorry, that's what parents are for.
I know. And I mean, I think they do it for her. They don't seem,
Absolutely. I would do it for you.
Thanks.
My parents would do it for me.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
no,
she's grateful for it, which is good.
Any monetary offerings given to me. Any. So, if my mom wants to send me money for gas that I don't need, I'm taking it.
Right.
I fault no one for that.
But it was a good episode, though. I cannot wait to get to next week.
Yeah, I'm feeling that way too. I'm looking forward to watching this franchise.
This season's going to be so good. I'm ready. I want to see it all.
I know.
So excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So let's get into our Married to Medicine rewatch. We are on episode 5. It's been great.
Yes.
And it begins with Kari telling everyone at the birthday party for Aiden and Duncan that it's over, and everyone leaves. Done. Party's over.
Yeah.
And we go into the next day, and Toya's talking with Eugene, who never made it to the party because he had to work. And she says that she still doesn't know what the fight was about. She still had no idea because it got physical so quickly that Mariah never had a chance to tell her why she was so angry and why her mother was so angry. So then Toya gets super shady and starts talking about the differences between her and Mariah and says, I waited to have my children with my husband. We have different values.
I know. Oh my God. Ouch.
You're already in trouble for talking about her daughter.
Right.
And then
in your confessional, you'd say that.
Why?
Why would you do that?
That's low too. I mean, people have kids with a partner who are together for years and aren't married.
Right.
So that doesn't say anything about anybody's values.
Right, yeah.
So that was not cool. And then she says something about how all her friends are genuinely her friends, implying that Mariah's aren't. So the whole thing was just off.
Yes.
Toya then takes the christening outfit that Mariah gave her and throws it on the fire in the fireplace and says that she thinks it possibly was possessed by demons.
Oh my God. It's so funny because I don't remember a lot of season 1. Mm-hmm. And as badly as I would like to go ahead, I am trying to do it like a week by week basis for this so I don't skip ahead.
Right.
But I did not remember Toya being like as judgy as she was and things like that.
Right.
I also didn't remember, we haven't gotten to Mariah yet, but I also forgot that I knew I didn't like her that much, and I couldn't really remember why. And I'm starting to kind of be like, okay, yeah, this is why I wasn't feeling her.
When we first started the rewatch, I wondered if I would feel the same about everybody now as I did then, the first time we saw it. And it's kind of shaping out that way.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, yeah, I wasn't wrong. I didn't like her for a reason back then. And now I remember why. It hasn't changed, at least not yet.
No, and I think it probably just gets worse too. We haven't even seen the stuff with Quad and Mariah yet.
Right.
Right now they're still,
I know.
Besties, but then it really started to, break apart there.
Right. The next scene cuts to Mariah's house, and she apologizes to Aiden, but he is still furious and says to her, why did you do it, and why did you take it to that level? And Mariah's answer is that Toya was talking about her mom, which wasn't really the case. Toya came up to Mariah and said, your mom's really mad at me, and she didn't know why. So she was coming to Mariah to say, what's up?
Yeah. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm feeling this vibe towards her that is not normal, that, something is going on and I need to know what it is.
Yeah,
because
what did I do?
I am clueless as to what's going on.
Yeah. It was, and that's what it was. She wasn't talking shit about her mom. She's like, your mom is really being shady with me and I have no idea what I did.
Yeah.
But she never got it out.
No, I don't know why. No, but just tell her. Just tell her what she did, why you're mad at her.
So then we find out that Kari had sent a PayPal bill for damages from the fight at her home, to which Aiden says, what damages? We paid for the party.
I still don't know if they paid anything to her. I don't get what's going on here.
But what damage? You didn't see all the stuff that got broken?
I know.
I mean, maybe he was too wrapped up in trying to pull them apart, which could be the case. But when something that major happens, just pay the bill.
I know. You messed up.
Yeah.
Just call it a day.
Yeah. And then Aiden says he was most pissed that they were kicked out of Duncan's home. And Mariah says that she's not paying for the party because she was kicked out of it. And that Duncan and Kari showed us who they were when they kicked us out of their home and treated us like shit. Okay, Grace, I remember this episode. And I remember feeling exactly back then the way I feel right now, which is like, what?
What are you talking about?
How is this any single tiny bit Kari's fault? Kari wasn't even there.
I know, she didn't even know what happened.
Someone ran into the house and told her that two women were fighting.
Yeah.
And she came out, and it might have even been over by then. I don't really know. Mm-hmm. But she wasn't there. And Mariah kind of instigated it. So to blame Kari was just ridiculous.
I think so, too. And then, so they're like, we paid for the party. Then we're not paying for a party that we're kicked out of. I mean, Mariah should be literally calling Kari and being like, I'm sorry that happened in your house. That's not what we want. I mean, that's what you tell Quad all the time. Like, you need to act a certain way. You need to do this. And
whether she started it or not, she was a participant.
Right.
So just apologize for your part.
Yeah.
I apologize for my part in it. I don't feel like I started it, or I don't feel like it was my fault. However, it was embarrassing for you and me, and I am so sorry. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I know.
Why can nobody do this? I don't get it.
Well, Toya can. We'll see that coming up.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, it's just Mariah that can't.
Well, Mariah did apologize to Aiden.
Oh, right, yes.
And said, I'm sorry. It was the best apology ever. I'm sorry I embarrassed you. I embarrassed myself. But mostly, I'm sorry that I didn't beat her ass the way I wanted to.
Yeah, those are the best type of apologies. The really non-apology ones that are like,
So there was a real lack of accountability in that whole scene with her and Aiden. Aiden's mad at her, but he feels like he's kind of has to back his wife at the same time. So now he's mad at Duncan. Right. What did Duncan do?
I don't know. I mean, be mad at Toya all you want. Say that, oh my God, she started it. She this, she that, whatever. Yeah. Fine, do that, whatever. I don't care. But to say that Kari had anything to do with that is just ridiculous. And that, it's just so dumb.
Well, then we see a couple scenes with other cast members kind of talking about what happened. There's a scene with Quad and Gregory, and they talk about the fight. Obviously, Quad is Team Mariah. Gregory just says he hopes they can come to a peaceful resolution, which is funny. It's just very non-committal about anything.
Yeah.
Then we go to Simone, and she says that she hasn't called Mariah after the fight because she really just didn't know what to say to her other than, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Which I know that Mariah feels close to Simone. Simone delivered her babies. Mm-hmm. So I think Mariah's a little hurt by that. But Simone was just kind of like, oh, what am I supposed to say?
I know.
And it just happened. So I don't think you're ready to hear what I have to say.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest with you, I don't know that Simone should have to call Mariah. Mariah should call Simone and be like, you know.
We're seeing a pattern of that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like with all of these shows, when somebody does something that affects all of their friends, they expect their friends to reach out instead of the person that actually did
was part of it. Yeah. What is Simone reaching out to you for? You are the one that were part of the fight. You should check on everybody else. Be like, oh shit, that was bad look. I'm sorry that, you know, you were at this party and that this happened.
And that I embarrassed you.
Yeah.
Because I know I embarrassed my husband, I embarrassed myself, but we're friends and, you know. So Cecil's nephew is still living with them and was supposed to be there just for the summer, but decided not to return to school and stay with them.
Yeah.
So she asks the boys if they're okay with this, and they love the idea. They say they want him to stay forever. But that doesn't go over well with Simone. She wants her space.
Yeah.
She's not feeling it. She's kind of feeling like nephew has stayed a little too long.
Yeah. I love that she calls him that too. Nephew. But yeah, he looks so crushed too when he's when Simone and Cecil are kind of telling him like, you know, I think it's kind of about time that, you know, you'll need to go, that type of deal. And he just looks like he is so, you know, hurt. Yeah, exactly. That he wants to stay and just.
I don't think I would have that conversation with my niece or nephew. I think I would call my brother and just be like, hey, I don't want them hurt. You need to tell your kid it's time to move on and like let them handle it, because I wouldn't want to be the bad guy in that situation, and I certainly wouldn't want to hurt him, but
no,
you know. Okay, then we have the next scene where Kari meets with her friend Chloe, who was at the party, and she saw the whole fight, and Chloe is kind of filling her in and says that it was mostly Mariah's fault and that Toya was embarrassed. But she says that Mariah isn't taking any accountability at all, and to talk to Toya, who she refers to as the lesser of two evils. Ouch.
I know.
Kari says she doesn't know if she can move forward with either one of them.
Yeah, which was kind of big. I mean, I didn't necessarily expect her to want to move forward with Mariah. They kind of were going at it even a little bit before the party. But her saying that about Toya, I was surprised, because they seemed like they were, you know, pretty good friends. Like, they had a lot of scenes together and all that stuff. And they filmed together a lot, so.
It seems like this was literally the day after, or if not very close to that. So I don't think she's, you know, feeling it at the moment. Although that she's very dramatic, I gotta say. You know, everything is, nobody will come to my home anymore. Nobody will this. Nobody will... And it's just kind of like, you know, come on.
Oh my God, if anything, I would want to come to your house even more. For real, you should be telling people about this. I would love to come to your house for a party.
I know. Oh my God, could you imagine? How fun.
I know.
Like,
you don't know what's gonna happen. We
have to ask Heavenly what it was like, because she was there. You know? I don't know if anybody ever asked her, because she wasn't on the show yet.
Right.
So why would anybody? But I'm going to reach out to her and I'm going to ask her, because we're doing the rewatch, and I'll tell her we're doing that.
Yeah.
And just say, what do you remember about it?
Mm-hmm.
Fill us in on all the tea that happened that night. And aren't you glad you didn't leave early? Because she's so messy.
Yeah.
I love her.
She'll come in soon, I think, right? Season 3, probably 3 or 4.
I don't remember, but it's glorious. I don't know. She has a reputation as a villain. Yeah. I know not everybody likes her. She is my favorite. I don't know. I just like the messy ones. I don't necessarily like meanness, but I can get over that.
What are you talking about? You like Dorinda too. They're like all the same person. They're honestly, it's the same
Mary.
type. Yeah, that I I don't understand.
Yeah,
That's
I know you don't. That's finally something we disagree on.
Right.
Because we almost like the same everything, which is, I don't know. We're in the same house. Maybe that has something to do with it, but...
Yeah, we are similar in what we like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good in just,
And you
nice.
love Dorinda, and you like
Yes.
Heavenly too, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
They're funny.
But you're not a Mary fan, and I love Mary. Yeah, I have a type, don't I?
I don't know what that says about you, but,
It doesn't say anything about me. Okay, back to... but I am going to do that. I'm going to reach out to her. So, Toya and Kari meet for lunch. And Toya said that she felt like the fight was self-defense for her. But she apologized over and over again. And she even brought a blank check that Eugene encouraged and said give it to Kari to pay for any damages. So Eugene was like, this is not good. Even if you didn't do it, Toya, or you didn't instigate it, you're going to apologize and you're going to give her a check.
Yeah.
Then we have Kari telling Toya that Mariah actually took the $1,200 that she had PayPal'd her for her share of the party, and she took it back. She reversed the payment and told Kari and Duncan that they should be ashamed of themselves for allowing her to get attacked in her home. So, notice the difference in how this was handled.
I know. You could literally be like Toya, and I know that Kari was probably super mad walking in. She got all of that out. Toya listened to her and received all of it.
Yes.
And received all of it and said, I'm sorry. And then Kari was fine after. That once that happened, she's like, okay, well, I'm seeing how you're apologizing to me and acting.
And genuine.
And then I get the opposite from Mariah, who's taking back her money and saying that somehow it was my fault, I guess. How does that happen?
I can't believe that. First you're saying that you paid for the party, but then...
she actually said that she paid for the whole party at one point, too. I don't know how
And then you're mad that you got kicked out at the end for fighting, so you withdrew your deposit to her PayPal? I mean, that's terrible.
I know. You were 2 hours late to your party, too.
And all that food and drink and everything was for your guests, too.
Right, yes.
So even if you got thrown out, your guests partook in that. Is that a word? God, I'm using words that I don't know are words. They all enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then you want to go and do that?
It's just a really, really shady way of doing stuff,
and
though.
Zero ownership.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Zero ownership. Somehow, like I said before, too, it's Kari's fault. I don't really know how. She wasn't even there. You know? And here's also my thing, too. Toya didn't know what was going on. She still doesn't know why you guys were fighting. Mm-hmm. Mariah came in super mad at Toya.
Right.
So, therefore, you're the one who started it because Toya has no reason to fight with you.
Right.
So, but you have a reason to fight with her. So, that's why, for me, if somebody would ask, oh, well, who,
Right.
Who was the instigator, I would say Mariah.
Mariah and Mariah's mom. Is it Lucy? Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. I think that the fact that you're just not going to apologize at all and act like you didn't do anything is the really wrong move.
I would totally agree. You accept no blame, no accountability. In fact, you blame the hostess. It's just insane to me. Eugene actually bought Toya a taser.
Oh, yeah, a little pink one. See? Okay. He bought her a taser. You're telling me he wouldn't want to have a party at Kari's house where Toya shows up with a taser? Oh my God. I want to be at that party.
Tasers flying.
Yeah.
That... Yeah, no, I'd want to be there.
Yeah.
I'd even work it.
I know. Yeah.
I would stand there with a tray of hors d'oeuvres and just, watch.
Right.
Okay, so Jackie has Toya, Simone, and Kari over to dinner because Jackie was not at the party either. And she wants to talk about the fight with Toya and Mariah. So Simone asks Toya what part she will own, because Toya is kind of coming at it with them as though it wasn't her fault. And Simone says, that's not going to fly. You can't not own anything because two women put their hands on each other. So you have to own something.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, I do too. Like,
just because she's your friend, don't let her get away with something.
Right. That's exactly it. Is, you know, this is how you're going to be a friend, and we need to figure out what you did, because we're going to talk to Mariah too. We're not just doing this to you.
Right.
But we need to figure it out, what happened.
Right. So Toya replies with, if someone puts their hands on her, she's not going to lie and say that she would walk away. And Simone is like, no, I don't think you handled it well. You can't do that. You have to walk away. And Toya then says that, well, she'll own throwing the glass. She shouldn't have thrown the glass. She could have gotten hurt. And it was dangerous. So she's like, I will own my part in throwing the glass. And ultimately, it ends with Jackie offering to go talk to Mariah and see her side of things. So then we have Jackie meeting with Mariah. And Mariah's pretty emotional through it.
Yeah.
You know? She said she felt incredibly disrespected by Toya, especially talking about her daughter's adoption, that was private. But Jackie's never been emotional. So in her confessional, she says, we tell our business and then wonder why people tell our business. If you don't want your business told, don't tell it. Oh. I mean, sound advice, right?
Right, yeah.
Literally, your secrets can't get out if you don't tell them.
Yeah. I mean, you know that your mom never would, and obviously your sister would never.
Right.
So that's it. That's who you tell. And it's done, and nobody will ever know. If you don't want anybody to know, you don't tell anybody.
And I understand Mariah's feeling of betrayal.
Oh, 100%.
I get it. You thought you could trust her. I don't know why you thought you could trust her, because you don't even seem to be very good friends.
Yeah, I know, right? You don't really actually seem to like each other very much, so why you would share that, I'm not 100%
So you're
sure.
really close with Quad. I could see you feeling devastated if Quad did it. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why you're surprised that Toya did, other than the fact that it was such a sensitive topic, you would think no one would share that. Mm-hmm. Which is fair, too.
Yes. I can kind of see both sides. I lean more toward the Jackie side of it won't get out there. If you don't say it, it won't happen. It literally won't happen.
Even her sister said that. This is so personal. Why did you say anything?
Yeah.
And her only reply was that, I thought I could trust her. But you just don't share that, especially when your daughter doesn't know.
I know. Yeah.
Oh.
So she obviously realizes that she made a mistake. Yeah. I wish that she could have just said this to Toya, what she said to Jackie, Yeah. That, I feel disrespected, the fact that you would go and share that. That's all she kind of had to say.
Yeah.
And then they could have probably talked that out rather than having that whole fight at Kari's house. But
yeah. Well, that's how the episode ends, with that meeting with Jackie. She had asked Mariah if she would accept an apology from Toya if she got one. Mm-hmm. And she said no.
Yeah. So, which is, fair. If you don't want to accept it, you don't have to.
I think it's so early.
Yeah, especially, I would agree. It is a little bit early to accept something right now. So, but I don't know if she ever would, though. Mariah seems like she would be like, I'm saying no, and it's going to be like a no forever.
Could be. We'll see in the upcoming episodes. We did see a sneak peek for the following week, which is Mariah and Toya meeting for the first time since the fight at Quad's puppy soiree. And it looks contentious and awkward. Yeah. And wonderful.
Yeah.
God, I love this show.
Toya's got her taser and she's ready.
Oh my God. Do you think she brought it?
Oh, I don't know. I just assume.
I don't know either. But it's going to be wonderfully uncomfortable, so.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't watching with us, you need to start.
Yes, start. It's not too late. We're not that far in.
No.
You can catch up.
This was only episode 5, you guys. And if you binge and watch ahead, that's fine too. But just stay with us because it's fun to watch with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for listening to episode 10 of Nice-ish. You can follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nice-ish Podcast or at LoveCindyC. You can listen to Nice-ish wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Look for new episodes every Monday. Thank you for listening and have a nice-ish day.